So, the James Webb Telescope spotted the oldest galaxy we've ever seen a while back. But now, it's found this super huge black hole zooming away from its galaxy at, like, 4 million miles per hour. This is a big deal and has everyone in the space world talking about what it means for how we think the universe works. The James Webb Space Telescope was sent out to check out the first stars and galaxies, and it's been snapping some awesome pics of stars and galaxies dying from way back when. Stick around to check out the latest cool stuff this telescope has found. This new find is messing with how scientists see black holes. Usually, black holes are these massive things that suck everything in, even light. But this one? It's doing the opposite. Instead of gobbling up light, it's making new stars along this huge trail. This trail of newborn stars stretches like 200,000 light-years behind the black hole. Scientists are super confused about why this black hole is acting so different from others. But, get this, a team led by Professor Byenda just put out their findings in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope also saw the same thing. It looks like the black hole makes new stars when it hits gas and cools it down, so we are seeing the trail behind the black hole. And that's not it. NASA just said something about these galaxies crashing into each other, called ARP-220, which the James Webb Space Telescope caught. You can see this crazy crash shining bright among other galaxies. When these spiral galaxies smash together, they call it ARP-220, and it shines super bright in infrared light, which is perfect for the James Webb Space Telescope to see. It's an ultra-bright infrared galaxy that's as bright as 1 trillion suns. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, only hits about 10 billion suns. ARP-220 is hanging out in the constellation Serpens, like 250 million light-years away. It's supposed to be the brightest of the 3 closest galaxy crashes to us, and it's number 220 in this list called the Atlas of Peculiar Galaxies. Around 700 million years ago, 2 spiral galaxies bumped into each other and started a huge star-making party. This made a packed area about 5,000 light-years across with about 200 big groups of stars. This tiny area actually has as much gas as our whole Milky Way galaxy. Earlier studies with radio telescopes spotted about 100 exploded stars in an area less than 500 light-years across. Then, the Hubble Space Telescope showed that the main galaxies are about 1,200 light-years apart, and each has a spinning ring where stars are born that shines crazy bright in infrared light. The newest pictures from the James Webb Space Telescope show this mind-blowing galaxy crash of these 2 galaxies. The picture also shows these faint tails stretching out from the crash, which shows the gravity pull between the 2 galaxies. And, get this, the red and orange stuff shows all the scattered bits of stuff in ARP-220. Another crazy thing, scientists found these super old galaxies way out at the edge of the universe, and they weren't even sure they were real. Some thought they might be galaxies closer to us hiding. So, they told other scientists to get their opinions. And guess what? The James Webb Space Telescope said these old galaxies are the real stuff. Because of this awesome telescope, we can now see the oldest galaxies ever. Astronomers think the light from these galaxies traveled over 13.5 billion years to get here, so we're seeing the universe way back then. They spotted these galaxies when the universe was just a baby, which shows how fast the first galaxies showed up. The data shows these galaxies are as far as we can see, some even farther than Hubble could spot. This is a big deal because it proves one of the main goals of the James Webb Space Telescope is to study the early universe using light that's been traveling for over 13.5 billion years. The James Webb Telescope can measure crazy red shifts, so it can see into the infrared and spot the first galaxies in the universe. Everyone's excited because this is a huge step in checking out the universe and understanding how it changed over time. This discovery has changed how we see the universe and has pushed NASA to make even better telescopes than the James Webb Space Telescope to see if our ideas about the Big Bang are right. Data from Webb's F spectrometer and near-infrared cameras say that 4 of the 6 ancient galaxies have crazy red shifts, which means Webb is seeing them as if they were around 300 to 500 million years after the Big Bang, without heavy stuff like carbon. This is wild since the universe is supposed to be 13.8 billion years old, and these galaxies mean we might need to rethink how we see the early universe. This has scientists worried since these new finds go against the current cosmological inflation model and the Big Bang theory, which has some holes like not fitting with the laws of thermodynamics and not saying what started the Big Bang. Plus, the James Webb Space Telescope is finding galaxies almost as old as the Big Bang, which makes us question everything we thought we knew about where the universe came from. According to this physicist, Michio, finding old galaxies with the James Webb Space Telescope has messed with everything we thought we knew about how the universe started. Before, people thought these galaxies were less grown than the Milky Way. But now, it looks like we're missing some big pieces of the puzzle. The fact that the telescope has found 6 galaxies that were around 500 million years after the Big Bang and are up to 10 times bigger than the Milky Way makes us wonder if our current theories about how the universe started are right. Kaku said that it takes billions of years to make a galaxy like the Milky Way, so it's weird to find these huge young galaxies. This might make us change and rewrite textbooks about how the universe began. So James Webb Space Telescope's findings are messing with what we thought about the Big Bang, which puts scientists at a crossroads. Even with all this, NASA just tweeted about a galaxy cluster that was around just 650 million years after the Big Bang, which adds another twist to the story. Astronomers checked out the data and think this tiny cluster will get bigger and turn into something like the Coma A1656 cluster. Where this is happening is special because it's in an area where galaxies are changing fast. Thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, researchers can now measure how fast these 7 galaxies are moving, so they're sure they're stuck together in a protocluster. NASA scientists compared these galaxies to tiny drops of water in different rivers that will eventually join to form a big, strong river. Clearly, what we used to think about the Big Bang isn't adding up as we thought. But, more data from the Webb telescope might show evidence to prove or disprove the theory. Who knows? Maybe the Big Bang did happen, but what caused it is another question. We have to wait for more finds, but the answer might be closer than we think. What do you think about these finds? As we keep getting data from the James Webb Space Telescope, one thing's clear: we're entering a new time of space exploration, and we need to rethink what we thought we knew. JWST is not just helping us prove or question old theories, but it's also making us think of new questions that scientists had never thought of before. For example, these early galaxies have complex stuff like star groups, super big black holes, and a bunch of star mass, which makes us wonder how fast these things could have formed after the Big Bang. Are our models of how the universe changed missing something? Could there be hidden things that let galaxies form and change faster than we thought? Because of these revelations, cosmologists are going back to theories like early dark energy, weird particle interactions, and changes to general relativity. Some researchers are even checking out other ideas about the universe, like the cyclical universe model or bounce theories, which say the universe might have gone through cycles of shrinking and growing before the current Big Bang. Meanwhile, back on Earth, NASA and other space groups are talking about building the next round of space telescopes. Missions like the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, Loeb, and Habex are being made to work with JWST by focusing on things like dark energy, taking pictures of planets outside our solar system, and looking for signs of life on far-off worlds. And speaking of planets outside our solar system, the James Webb Space Telescope is also making moves there. Its powerful spectrometers can now check out the air around planets orbiting distant stars. JWST has already found water vapor, methane, and maybe even carbon dioxide in the air of exoplanets many light years away. These finds bring us closer to answering one of the oldest questions we've had: are we alone in the universe? Every picture, every line of light, every faint glow brings us closer to understanding the huge cosmic web we're part of. The first results from JWST aren't just interesting. They're changing the game. They show that science isn't set in stone and that we often make progress not from having all the answers, but from being brave enough to ask questions. As we wait for more finds, one thing's for sure: the universe is way more complex, moving, and mysterious than we ever thought. The James Webb Space Telescope isn't just watching the universe. It's rewriting our story of how the cosmos began. Stick around for more updates and keep an eye out for future deep dives into the most groundbreaking discoveries from space and beyond.